What's up, guys? Live here at YCS BOCHUM with your new YCS champion, Billy Brake. I feel like this is what, third or fourth time this said. What, this is your fourth YCS win?
Fourth one, yep.
Nice, and this was the largest European YCS. This was groundbreaking. Only second American to ever win a European YCS. First being Sam Pedigo back in who knows when. So a huge feat. What were you playing?
I played Metal Foes.
Okay, cool. And how was your tournament experience?
It was good. Every round was very hard. A lot of trap decks. I only played like 2 mirror matches. A lot of Paleozoic, a lot of heroes, a lot of grinding back and forth, a lot of thinking. It was actually very hard. And the European players are very good, so it was definitely not easy. Yeah,
for us Americans, it's totally different play style. The language barrier, the culture barrier.
Yeah, in America, everyone's just trying to like win, like open up with these big boards and stuff. But here, they actually want to play Yu-Gi-Oh and grind it out and think and.
Yeah, it was outstanding how you overcome all those barriers and managed to beat
strikes.
one of the best
great, yeah.
players in European history, Josh Smith. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
but well played. Let's check out what you were playing.
All right, so I played 3 Archuni Centric. It's one of the best Pendulum monsters ever, obviously, first combination and stuff. 3 River Metal Foes Bismuth Gear. I'm not gonna really explain why I played.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
3 Metal Foes Gold Driver. 3 Metal Foes Silvered. 3 Metal Foes Volflame. 3 Metal Foes Stealing. Alright, so that's 15 Metal Foes. Just max out on all of them because you want to draw them. The whole point is to draw, Pendulum monsters as many as you can, so you want to max out on all of them. 3 Magic Spectre Bumbuku. Gotta get Kieran, gotta get Mixed Totem Bird, the best. 1 Kieran and 1 Nekomata. A lot of people don't play Nekomata. I think it's like a staple in this deck. It's like a 4th Bumbuku because the whole point is when you start your Metal Foe effects, you want to be able to scale a Pendulum monster next to the first Metal Foe, and especially things that give more effects to search. You just get more pluses, more value. It's really important. Helps make Totem Bird. Super solid. And then I played 1 Clifford Scout, 1 Clifford Monolith. You can search them with Summoner's Art. Like I just said about being able to scale with the Metal Foe to gain value. And that's what this exactly does, and it turns into infinity. And they're also normal monsters and pendulum monsters, so they can make Mithrilium or Alkis if you happen to draw them like in not the best case of hands. And then I played 1 Rescue Rabbit because he's not as bad as he once was. He's actually an awesome little card now. He helped me, win there in game 3. And 2 Max C's because this card is very important. It's basically, these and MGs are the only traps in my deck. Very good, been very good all weekend. And that's all it for the monsters and the spells. 3 Summoner Arts, you get Full Flame and obviously the Clifford Scout and stuff. So you open like Bumbuku Summoner Art, like that's going to be Kieran Infinity most of the time, which is really hard to beat for most decks. And just consistency is the important part. 2 Mystical Space Typhoons for going second. You can use it on your own combination to search. It's good against Paleozoic, so you keep it set and you can chain it when they try and bring their guys back from grave to destroy like their strikes and stuff. It's a very solid card. 2 Painful Decision, trying to search. One of the best cards in the deck. 2 Pot of Desires. Pot of Desires, draw 2 cards.
No, you don't like the 3 with the... You don't like 3 at all?
No, 3. I'm trying to dead. I don't have any dead cards really in my deck. I want to have them all be live, so the second copy of each of these cards are kind of dead, but you still want to see them enough, so I only play 2. And then the Metal Foe Spell and Traps. I play 1 full, 1 fusion, 1 counter, and 1 combination. Just 1 of each because you don't ever want to draw them. And if you can play the deck well, you don't need any more than these. I know I used to play 2 of these and 2 of these and not this, but counter is actually very useful now against Paleozoics, against everything. Yeah, I think this is the best version. This deck's very close to like OCG versions of the deck because they actually did have it figured out. I just tried to do my own thing for a while, but it's all about consistency, and I think this deck is just super consistent. You never really have bad openings.
And you played 40 cards or
42?
42. Okay.
And the last card, Vanity's Emptiness.
God card.
Yeah, it's not banned yet, so it's in my deck. That's it for the main deck.
Okay, cool.
You want to see the extra?
Yeah, extra. Yeah.
Extra next. All right, we have 1 Metal Foes Orichalc because he's amazing. Some people want to play 2, but the extra X-Race is really tight. Even though I'm not using any Synchro since I'm not using Black Moon Gofu. But yeah, he's still really good. You can always put him back with Mithrilium if you need another one. 1 Adamante because sometimes it's the only thing you can make. He's a normal monster. Yeah, his stats are solid. But yeah, if you use like Maxi or something, or if you have an Alkahest that sucks something up, you still have to make him. You have to play Adamante. 1 Full Metal Foes Alkahest. I only made him a couple times this weekend, but I only play 1 because I'm only playing 1 Full Metal Foe Fusion, so I'm never really going to make more, and I can always put it back with Mithrilium if I needed to. 3 Metalfoes with Trillium because she's the best card in the deck. This is why Metalfoes are good. She floats, she bounces, your opponent's cards, she bounces your own cards to do stuff proactively. Best card in the deck by far. 1 Totem Bird because it's really good. I don't know why people don't play this card. It helps out against Paleozoics. It's easy to make, especially having Nekomata. Comes up a lot. 1 Phantomite Breaksword, which is the best rank 3 in the game probably. I'll do 1 Grand Pulse. Sometimes you can make it turn 1 with like Rabbit to pop your combination. I didn't make him at all this weekend though, but he's a really solid card. Then 1 Utopia, 1 Utopia Lightning. I also never made these cards this weekend, but if you're out to like silly stuff like Blue Eyes Chaos Max or all sorts, whatever you have to deal with, it's very good. 1 Castell, rank 4 solid, and then Nova and Infinity for the Cliffords. This card's really good still. Just being able to negate anything, it helps out a lot in the Paleozoic matchup. And then my last one was Karen Goron, the Anti-Luminescent Knight. I went with him as my 15th because this Paleozoics can have a real tough time if you make him into their back rows. They can't really target anything because you just change it all. Even if they use like Opidemia and Opidemia effect, or not the other one that does destroys monsters, you can still change the target even though they're unaffected by monster effects. So this card's just really good for against Paleozoics, and sometimes against ABC if you have 2 4s up and they have an ABC Dragon Buster. They always wait for you to see like if you're gonna make a Stell or something because they want to put your monsters in the graveyard. You just make this guy and they can't Buster or anything. And that's it for the extra deck. So side deck. I decided 2 Amorphage Sloth. This is for going first against mainly going first against any deck that uses like Xyz, like an ABC, because they can't really deal with it. It's like Vandy's Fiend. And if they do deal with it, you can still clear their board and then Pendulum them back out. He's also a scale. He's super solid. Won me a few games this weekend. 1 Sticky String and 1 Raw Seer Mode. These are to get rid of my opponent's monsters, like the heroes opening up with like Totally Awesome, Bahamut Shark, and Darklaw, which is very common. You can Seer Mode them, which I did this weekend. And Sticky Strings, I only played 1 because I don't really ever want to draw 2. And then most of the time you can bounce this back to your hand a couple times and use it like as if you had 3 of them. So I only played 1. 1 Psyblocker. This is mainly for like Dark Lords or Vandy's Fiend kind of deck, so I can just summon and turn it off. But you can put it in against like anything if you're feeling it. 2 Dinko Sekka. This card, it got me there in the end because I drew really good with it. But for Paleozoics, also like heroes if I need to be shutting people down since the day it came out. I love Dinko Sekka. 2 DD Crow. Sometimes I put this in against Paleozoics. It was also for Dark Lords, Mermail. DD Crow, super good. 3rd Mystical Space Typhoon for going second against like anti-spell decks for the most part, and any sort of like back row heavy decks. 2 Typhoon, also for anti-spell, but mainly for the mirror match. This card is probably the best in the Metalfoe mirror match because a lot of people scale, and they're popping all their stuff, and then they end with the last scale with no cards in hand. Then you just hit them with the Typhoon, and it's like a dimensional barrier from your hand because they can't Pendulum Summon. And then the last are 3-dimensional barriers. It's kind of like the Sloth thing, going first against ABC, going first in the Metalfoe's mirror match. It's just a solid card. I didn't want to make any because I was trying to be consistent. But yeah, I decided in 1 time and activated it 1 time, but it's obviously one of the best cards in the game because it just prevents you from playing. But yeah, that's it for the deck. Well,
thank you so much, man. Historic performance once again. Congrats.
Very tired.
It seems like a dream. Yeah. Any special shout outs you want to give?
So many shout outs, too many to think of. First of all, House of Champions, obviously Jonathan Moore.
Shout out.
Shout outs to my Draco Slayers. You guys are the best. I know you guys were cheering for me all weekend. The Secret Village. Furman, I wouldn't be here without you. You saw the cheap flight and were like, hey, let's go. And, here we are. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, man. Shout outs to literally everyone from Texas, America, anywhere in the world that you were cheering for me. You guys, it means the world to me.
Well, super glad to have you as our champion. Thank you again. Shout out to Pro Play Games for this deck profile. Thank you for John for letting us do this. And catch you next time, guys.